Okay guys, welcome back. You're watching the STPL. My name is Kix. Joining me once again is Rapid, and we are here watching our second Showmatch series for the third round of the STPL, and we're currently watching iRk versus VT.
Yeah, that's right. And we're about to get into game number 3. It's currently tied up at 1-1. And this is actually really cool. I'm glad to kind of get a chance to get to know some new faces because I'm not familiar with Valhalla teams. So pretty cool to see kind of a new team come out and be able to go toe-to-toe with iRk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and of course they are going to be joining us for the remainder of the SCPL. I hope they are joining for round 3, and hopefully they'll be here for round 4 as well, but never know what's going to happen. Looked like we were going to lose a couple of teams after round 2, but that doesn't look like it's happening now, which is good, but that does mean we're going to have 16 teams in, in round 3, so that's going to be kind of crazy. But let's head on over to the other layer, let's introduce our players and the map. So if I just move on over there, we can see we're going to be on Colosseum 2. One of the players here, a little bit more well known if you have seen the SCPL so far. His name is KameZerg. He's done a pretty good job for his team the entire SCPL. He played in round 1 as well. And Colosseum 2 obviously coming from the STX Masters Cup in 2009. And obviously for Valhalla we do have VT's Dates. Now Dates is a Protoss player, and he is going to have a little bit of a statement to say here against iRk, as he does want to show Valhalla off as a strong team in their first game. But is he going to be able to do it, Rapid?
Yes, Kicks.
That's some nice optimism. But let's head on.
I don't know. What am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know. It's a weird question.
Do you think he'll try his hardest? Yes. Do you think he's hungry to win? Like, well, yeah, but like, what does that even?
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything, does it? It reminds me of a video I saw today of like the Williams sisters' father in like a TV interview in the 80s or 70s, I think it was. I guess it was the 80s. They were interviewing like a 14-year-old Venus Williams, and it's like, oh, you're doing pretty good on the court, and she's like, yeah, and then he goes, why? And then the dad comes in and it's like, well, what? She's being confident. That's all that matters. But either way, let's head on over to our game. We're gonna have KameZerg versus Dates. It's a ZVP here on Colosseum. So let's move on over to the game and let's get started. And speaking of getting us started over here in the top left position, we do have fighting for iRk. It's going to be the Zerg player in the yellow. It's KameZerg.
Yeah, and his opponent in the red is Dates. Dates, those things I think are delicious and don't go on.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't find them delicious. But I can't remember
Wait,
the last
you don't
time.
like dates?
I can't remember.
Dates are like alpha food.
You know what? I can't remember the last time I ate a date, so I don't know if I like them or not. Let's just.
Yeah, gotta get on that, my man. They're actually super good.
I mean, there's so many like sweet things in England that I can eat that just get in the way.
That is very true.
But yeah, it's going to be a ZVP here on Colosseum now. Of course, we haven't seen a ZVP on here so far in the SCPL. We did see a very cool PvT between, I think it was, who played? It was Koga versus, you know what, I can't actually remember who he played against, but it was a crazy game, and was really fun. We saw maybe even Terra that was playing on it. No, it was Nyoken. It was Nyoken, man. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It was Nyoken versus... Who did he play against? Media were playing against BWL. He played against Castle. That's the one. It's been 2 days and already I've forgotten. That's worrying, but that's why I developed the database.
You had one job.
This is why I developed the database to remember all this stuff for me. It's pretty good.
The thing is, you actually have more than one job, so No, nobody faults you.
Yeah, well, more than one job, but my main job is certainly delivering the SCPL to you guys.
Oh, of course.
I slave it out in an office for 8 hours a day just so I can do this when I get home, because this is worth it. Unfortunately, I'm not a Fortnite streamer, so I don't make money, or make like an obscene amount of money that I can retire on in like 2 weeks. But let, let's not go into that one. That should be a discussion for another day. But either way, Fortnite, of course, a very big game at the moment, is free to play, but I mean, who needs Fortnite when we do have Brood War here? Dates has built a cannon in a very weird position, I will say. I'm not too sure about this if some lings come towards him. But you do see that Dates has played the map before. He's killing this sunken colony immediately. Because one of the annoying things about this map is you can get sunken rushed due to this little pile of neutral creep outside your base.
Yeah, I mean, this actually really changed the whole lot. It's really annoying to deal with, but I mean, in the end, the biggest thing about it is not actually the creep, but rather how you defend against like a whole bunch of different like angles that you have to worry about. So here come the 6 lings, or I guess it's 5 lings, because one of them is still chasing the Proberino. But they're gonna hit right in time to catch. Oh, actually, no, they don't catch the probe.
Yeah, the
That
probe.
probe is almost about to kill it.
Yeah, he does manage to get back as well, but it doesn't look like we're going to have a neutral sunken or anything. We do have a third hatchery started immediately though, but KameZerg sending out another drone. Is he going to go for this neutral creep? I think he is. And there's not going to be anything that Danes can actually do about that for a while.
Are we really gonna see that? This, for reference, this shouldn't actually be something that happens, should it?
It does. It certainly does. It's happened in pro games. It killed me so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
times on ladder. Oh man.
but definitely not many of them. And the probe even goes down, so this is already going to be just a little bit
Yeah, now
a hot and bother situation.
there's an arms race going on here as the cannon rushes to get up before the sunken colony can finish. But he's going to need a cannon on the high ground, I think, if he wants to hold on against this, because this sunken could even take down the pylon. And if that happens, this is going to be a very quick game for KameZerg to win. Oh, who wins
Yeah,
out? I think a sunken just outright beats a cannon, it looks like. Yeah, it does.
yeah, just straight up. Wow. Even with a zealot hitting the sunken, it's still not the same.
Yeah,
That's so sick. And now he dies to the sunken. Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, take note.
The only thing you can do is build a cannon on the high ground, but I don't think the pylon is in a position to be able to do it. And eventually the pylon is going to go down. Now he's adding another pylon behind this, but he needs cannons. He needs something to be able to take down this sunken, and here we go. He's going to use the probes to block for the zealot. But is the zealot going to be able to get the sunken? It's going to be close. 2 more hits, 1 more hit. The probe's rushing to get it down. 1 health. That probe needs to snipe, and it does.
Wow. Okay, that's incredible. Damn. All right, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that was pretty sick. That assassin probe does lose his life, but he loses his life in the greatest honor of iRk. He keeps Dates in the game for now, and KameZerg switching from his lings, going to start adding on a lot of drones back at home and take this more into a macro game as he is going into that lair. And I mean, KameZerg just lost an overlord as well.
Oh yeah, I actually didn't notice that. That was gonna supply block him. So wow, that was going super well until it wasn't, and now it's actually just gonna be a sick hold.
Yeah, that was a really sick hold. When I put this map in the pool, I'd hope we'd see at least one game with that strategy being used, but I didn't think it'd be the first one, or the second one even. Definitely the first PvZ. Obviously very good against Terrans that wall, but not many Terrans will probably wall in this tournament. Better if you're going mech. Now, one sort of main factor about this map is the middle is incredibly open, which makes it very strong for Zerg armies in PvZ. There's a lot of space to move around. There's obviously a lot of room to sort of run around the center as well, so you can get good flanks going. Now it looks like Dates is going to be the one on the aggression, or with the aggression here, moving up to the third base, but there's a lot of links here to defend.
Yeah, there's certainly kicks, and Yeah, it's going to be more than easy enough to defend. You can actually even just use the... Wait, why are these drones up in front? Oh, I guess rally point. But yeah, he should be pretty safe. He even kills off the Zealot behind the mineral line. So yeah, this is really good. Now KameZerg is going to get out for like a tiny little soft contain outside his base.
Yep, now we are going to have a Spire coming up, but already dates with the Corsair on the way. No +1 attack though, so this is likely, at least for now, just going to be for scouting. He does obviously have his natural mining. This is another big map feature that I forgot to mention. The natural is up a ramp behind the main choke, so very easy to take that, but also very good for Mulists to harass. As you can see, there's a lot of airspace behind here that you can't really cover with cannons, so that's going to be pretty good for KameZerg if he does go for that, but it looks like it's just going to be a standard Hydra build from him, as he does add his 5th hatchery and his Hydralisk Den.
Yeah, 5 hatched Hydras are going to be coming out, and it's not going to be that easy to deal with. Like the best thing, the thing that makes it easiest to deal with mass Hydra is this narrow little choke point right up the middle. So unless you have some way to elevator them onto the high ground, it's actually kind of hard to fit a bunch of Hydras right into this this opening.
Yeah, and if you get High Templar on the high ground over the natural as well, Storms do an incredible amount of damage on this map. But the good thing is about 5 Hatch Hydra, it's not super all-in. It's one of the more standard openings in P or ZVP these days, so a very good starter build to macro up, get a lot of drones very quickly, and then hit into a 4th base, maybe even a 5th base, and even Hive in some cases, so doesn't look like it's going to be muteless either. But the first Corsair actually goes down to Scourge, and that's a very big loss.
Yeah, losing course, I mean, you really gotta protect those. They're so, I guess, important, not only just because of their function, hey, they kill overlords and remove detection for your DTs later on, but also because if you have a low Corsair number, this exact thing can happen. Your Zerg opponent can say, hey, they don't have enough, so I can just go mutas and retake control of the skies, and then realistically, you'll never get it back unless you're like, 2-gate. Or producing off of 2-star gates.
Yeah, and I mean, 5 hatch building Mulists as well. There's going to be a lot of Mulists very, very quickly. You can see KameZerg's actually pulled all of his units back here to defend because he's worried about counterattack. But there's no counterattack he needs to worry about. We're going to see Dates stuck in his base for a very long time now. There's no cannons in the main mineral line. We finally see one going up in the natural, but is this going to be too little too late? There's very little in Date's army that can even shoot up at the moment, and that's a very big timing for KameZerg to hit if he does go in at the right time.
I mean, will he though? He's like hovering around the outside. Where is he going to choose to go in? The front is not the place to be. You want to run them like all the way down to 9 and then into the side. It's totally undefended.
Yeah, and it looks like he's going to go into the natural even. There's only one cannon here. It's not even finished. Mutas do so much damage to cannons, and even Scourge coming in on the 9 o'clock, the 9 o'clock base here, just waiting for any Corsairs, and it looks like Dates wants to go for that counterattack. We do have KameZerg, of course, with a lot of units back here at his choke. I mean, Dates is taking so much damage.
Damn, he certainly is, and I think Dates is also, while he's taking all this damage, he's going to try to deal damage, but it's just going to be totally stopped in his tracks. The same reason that Mass Hydra is hard to get into that choke point, it's the same reason all these Zealots will be. And look at the SimCity he's got set up with 2 Sunken at this 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing quite a lot of damage with the Zealots, with the drones being drilled in the perfect location, and so many of these Zealots going down. There was a lot riding on this for Dates. But back at home, how is it going? It looks like he's going to lose his natural. We have cannons coming up in the main, only just now coming up though, and no Corsairs have been built additionally. He's going to try and use Dragoons to hold this off. And wow, he's actually forced the Mutelist back. He's going to save his Nexus for at least the time being.
Wow. Okay, the Nexus save, I don't know how that thing is still alive. But regardless, the Mutas should still kill everything, so... I mean, it's safe for now, but he's just going to return to finish his food.
Yep, and we do have a single Corsair in here, but the Mulists have not taken any damage prior to this, but this is going to be a lot of damage coming down on top of those Mulists from just that one Corsair. And we do finally have some Dragoons coming in here. He's not microing back against the Mutants. He's going to try and sacrifice them to keep the Nexus alive. But we do have Hydras coming in behind this as well, and this is going to be a lot of damage.
Yeah, this is too much damage. He's just going to bust through everything. In fact, he can actually even send the Mutas in to help snipe the cannon specifically, but he's got to watch out for Psystorm. He doesn't, I guess he doesn't know exactly what to watch out for, but, or like the thing on the Psystorm, but he should know that it's pretty soon.
Yeah, Psystorm's only actually just been started, so we see an Archon being morphed immediately. This is going to really help against the Mutalist. Now, the one big story for Dates is he did at least manage to keep his Nexus alive somehow, and he is going to be able to add some cannons on here to the mineral line, but his mining has been heavily damaged, and he does find himself down in supply.
Nexus.
Yeah, that was an incredible move. Like, that's possibly one of the moves, like the best moves of the STPL so far. Actually, like, I don't know why.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves,
okay.
Mr.
That's
Hyperbolic.
Yeah, hyperbolic timecaster. But either way, still a crazy move. I think KameZerg maybe misjudged the situation a bit. He did send everything back to defend. And by the time he got back, there was defense there. So a little bit of a mistake by KameZerg. Obviously, still with a huge advantage. But for now, at least, Dates is going to be able to sit pretty on his two bases.
Indeed he will! Sitting pretty on those two bases, but how pretty can he sit? Kicks. That's my question to you.
I guess it depends on what position he's
No,
sitting
there's no
in.
answer to that question. It's a bad question. You stay rapid, that question sucks. It's the only appropriate response. Because that's sometimes what happens. It's like, well, yes, but how hungry do you think he is to win? I'm like, well, maybe a 4.2. I don't, like, what? Okay, all right. I'm glad we established this
Yeah.
situation here, Kix. But I think the real situation that we have here is that, okay, so KameZerg can defend on two bases, but like Dates can defend on two bases. Why isn't KameZerg just like taking the rest of the map right now?
See, that's a good question that honestly there's no answer to right now. The only person who could answer that is KameZerg. Of course, this game was played at the weekend, but I think KameZerg has it in his mind that he can just push through and win. And I mean, this is a lot of units from KameZerg. Now, are we going to see a drop from KameZerg going into Date's natural? Looks like we're actually... Oh, a Mist Storm there. This could be a bit... Ooh, another Mist Storm as well. Great dodges. Now...
Oh, and another one.
Yeah, that was a really weird click, but this is a dangerous situation for Dates. He's given up the position in his natural, so this is going to be all or nothing for him. He's going to move out onto the middle of the map. He's used a lot of storms to try and do this. And I mean, just look at the amount of units that KameZerg has. There is going to be Hydras coming out of absolutely every place on the map here. And I mean, this is going to take a miracle.
Yeah, the ability to press the H key is pretty good. How many storms do we have here? There's one, it's actually pretty good. Second one needs to be super good as well. Archons in the front are actually doing quite a bit, but I mean, that's just so many Hydras. They're +1 as well, they've got upgrades. There's 11 more on the way with +2 about to finish. Yeah, I don't know. Also, the Mutas weren't doing anything that entire time, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Dates has taken far too much damage now. KameZerg making a really good job of taking his advantage into a win there. Dates is still going to try and hold on. He's got another storm ready. But I mean, realistically, what is this storm going to do? It kills a lot of Hydralisks at least, but GG! And KameZerg is going to take iRk up 2-1.
Yeah, GG, congratulations there. I think iRk may be the favorite coming into this just because I don't know Valhalla team very well. But that was just really solidly played by KameZerg. I was casting a game that TY2 played against, was it DeWalt? Or Dandy, I think it was.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't close out the game, and so this is a great illustration about exactly how to do that.
Yeah, now of course this is a show match, so these stats do not matter, but of course it does give the teams a chance to play each other, and it gives some of the older teams a chance to meet the newer teams as well before round 3 starts. So we're going to get ready with our 4th replay. This could be the final one, but there could be a ace match after this as well. Huge thank you, Benevolent Bear, for the 1000 bit here. That does mean a hell of a lot, man. And let's...
Oh, and the sub.
Oh wow, that didn't actually pop up. Thank you very much.
I like your style, friend.
Yeah, what a god. Thanks so much. That's awesome.
Okay, Arcneon, I'm not gonna cast your game. Don't check the VOD, man, but I'm not gonna cast it. It's fine.